Thank you. And before we get into the software, I just realized that my mic wasn't on during the whole welcome and introduction. So I wanted to run through that again really quickly just so you'll get a sense of what's going on. And I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be looking at my notes. So when my eyes dart off to the side, that's why. So I'm looking at my notes. So I wanted to welcome you, whether you're joining us live or on the replay. And if you are a solo entrepreneur and a woman of a certain age and you're looking for tips on healing and business and tips and techniques that you can take away and use right away today and implement, then you are in the right place. Part of why I'm sharing this is because I am 69 and a half and I have learned how to live stream, and I wanted to share with you some of the software and some of the things that I'm doing because you can learn it too if that's something that you want to do. And and if you're new here, I would love for you to say hi in the comments and tell us where you're from. And this works also on the replay, especially on YouTube or Facebook. It's a great place to leave comments. And this week is a little bit different. Normally we're interviewing some fascinating healers and business folks and getting tips from them. But today we're going to be looking at the software that I have been using and learning about. And the first piece is Notion, and the second one is eCamm Live, and that's what I'm using to broadcast. So now that I think we are almost all caught up, and I apologize for not having the mic on. So live and learn. So talking about Notion. Notion, I'm always looking for something that will help me to organize, to stay on task, to help me to remember what it is that I need to do. Because, there's times, and maybe this is true for you too, where I'll sit at my desk and I had this whole list of things in my head, and I sit down and I get immediately distracted by something else on my desk. So the goal with Notion is for that not to happen. So what I wanted to do is show you a little bit about that, and that's going to take a second. So Notion, to tell you a little bit more about what it is, and this is from their website, it's one tool for your whole team. You can write, plan, get organized for teams and individuals, web, mobile, Mac, Windows, a team wiki, projects, and tasks. And that is really true. You can do all of those things. It's pretty amazing. So let's look at, I need to move some things out of the way. These are my notes. And this is a page in Notion. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. I've got it on my second monitor, so that's why I'm looking off to the side. So what this is doing, when you start in Notion, you're starting with a new blank page. And that's a wonderful thing, and it's also a very daunting thing. So just know that that's true, because Notion does amazing things. For example, I have, and this is a copy off of my normal database that I use, I have a copy of my speakers. And you can see what I have put together, and they make this so easy. I'll show you. Oh, it's incredible how easy they make it. So for my speakers, I wanted to know if I've interviewed them, if I've added them, what number they are in the sequence that I'm doing. I'm doing speakers, in case you're new, bi-monthly, and I usually have 2 speakers, so that's 4 speakers a month that I'm tracking. And for example, I have the name of the person, but let's say that I wanted to have the number first instead of the name. I can just slide that right over. Now I know in Excel you can move things around, and I also know in Excel you can really mess it up if you move things around. Trust me, I've done that a few times. And what I love about this is, for example, with Amy, I recorded her on January 5th because I do a Zoom recording just to make it safer so I can pull it into the live. And then when I plan to do it live, and then also what category did I put her in, and then I have check boxes over here that I can add more information to. I can put comments in, and let's say that I wanted to do something different. I wanted to know if they had an attachment or a handout, and I wanted it to be right after their name. I can move it to right after their name. So this has made life so much easier in terms of organizing, being able to pull this up. I can also see this on my phone. I can see this on my iPad. And if you want to add something more to it, for example, let's say we want to add a new page. So this is a whole new document, so to speak. And Notion makes it so easy. They have all of these choices that you can go with right away. So if you're someone who normally uses Trello and you want the Kanban look, you can set up your page, your database with Kanbans. It's pretty awesome what you can do. So let's continue on, because Notion is something that we could talk about for probably days and weeks. Tons of information on YouTube. There's some fabulous trainers on YouTube. But just to let you know that that's how I'm organizing it, because you've got to put names down, you've got to put emails, you need to be able to track. Yes, you can use this for so many other things. One of the other things I started using Notion for, and that's how I learned so much about it, was and I don't know if you've done this, I have bought a few training programs over time, and I'm not always sure where they are or how to get to them. And so I started putting that in Notion. And it's made it so much easier when I see something that looks like a new program or a new training or a new app that looks fabulous. I can first check to make sure that I don't have something, I don't have that one, or I don't have one that's similar to that, and so I don't need to look at that anymore. So it's really a great time saver. Okay, so let's look at eCamm. And eCamm is the program that I am using right now to do the broadcasting. And I'm going to show you behind the scenes. And I'm sorry, I wanted to get my GoPro set up so that you could see from this angle, from behind me as I'm looking at it. And it just didn't quite happen today. But hopefully next time I do a behind the scenes, I will do that and show you. So eCamm is... okay, so what is it? It's an all-in-one live streaming production platform, and it's only for the Mac. And it's again, it's one of those programs that is simple, but it's not simple. There's all kinds of wonderful bells and whistles that you can use. It's just a gas. So let's talk a little bit more about the preview. So the features, what we're looking at is it's a broadcast studio you can use your webcam or you can use a camera. I am now using a camera, and let's see if I can get the webcam to come on, because the difference between a camera and a webcam is amazing. And nope, it's not set up, so I won't do that. But it's been very fun. I've transitioned from the webcam that I've had for years and years and years. It's a Logitech. It's been wonderful. I've been really happy with it. And then I started seeing people using a camera, and I went, oh, really? So I ended up eventually buying the camera, and that's what you're seeing me on now. And the difference between the two is remarkable. I was just astounded. So you can multi-stream, you can add remote guests, you can do overlays, which is all that fancy stuff. You can do animations, countdowns, you can share the desktop, use a green screen, and so much more. And I am using a green screen to make it look like the office. So let's see if I can get to this next one. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, this is new for me, so this will take a minute. I am going to go into preview mode, and that should show you everything that is on my desktop. And I'm just checking Facebook, and it looks like for some reason we are not going live to Facebook. Oh, the joys of the world and electronics and the internet, all those good things. But so I want to make sure that you can see what's going on here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the way that this is set up is incredibly cool with the features. Oh, that was interesting. I'm not sure what happened. Huh. That was very fun. Okay, so let's get this picture in a picture out of here because we don't need two of me. But I just wanted to give you a little tour of all the different features that are up here. So this is to show or hide overlays, and this is our sound levels. This is the camera effects, which is very fun. This is music, which I'm learning more and more about, and comments. And also if I want to show or ask a person to come in, and then of course show hide preferences. And you can see each of those corresponding, and I didn't click on them just because I didn't want to get lost. Over here on the left though, in scenes, and this is what makes life so fabulously easy, is that each of these over here on the left where my cursor is, each of these is what's called a scene or a page. And you set it up however you want it. So logos, when I was pulling in those the graphics so that we could read those, all of those things you set up in scenes. So we have gone through a number of scenes here so far. And so there is so much to share with you, but I just had to walk you through a little bit of this, because if you're thinking about doing lives and doing live streaming, or if you just want to record for your own use, that's an option that you have also in eCamm. I wanted to share that with you to let you know that it's not as scary as it seems and that it's really doable. Okay, so let's go back to live mode. And let's see, the current live scene has unpublished changes. Do you want to publish this? Sure. Okay, so now we're back live, and that's really about all I wanted to share with you today, was to look at Notion, to think about eCamm if you want to do live streaming, and that it's really pretty fun. And then in 2 weeks, let me go ahead and bring up the plan. So in 2 weeks we'll be back, which is June 10th, and we'll be back onto our regular program so that you'll be able to see how I'm applying all of this. Or feel free to go back to our YouTube station channel, or go to Facebook, FeelSoAlive Marketing Group, and you'll be able to see most of the videos that we've been doing. I think all of them are on YouTube. And it's been a learning experience, and you know, that's really okay, and it's really fun. So I would like to encourage you, if you're thinking about stepping outside of your comfort zone a little bit and wanting to share knowledge and information that you have, then this might be exactly what you're looking for. So thank you very much.